friends. Today we are going to discuss about the story of Rustam and Sohrab. The story of Rustam and Sohrab is a part of 10th century Persian epic named as Shahnameh, which means Book of Kings, written by the Persian poet Firdausi. Shahnameh consists of story of 50 Persian kings, and it is divided into 3 parts. Before knowing about the story of Rustam and Sohrab, we need to know about their forefathers. The story begins from Sam, grandfather of Rustam. Sam was a Persian king who married a palace courtier. King Sam and his wife had a son, named him as Zal. But Zal was having many peculiarities other than the regular children. He had white hair as white as snow. So Sam begins to think that his son is either an old man or a demon, and he orders to take the baby and left in the foothills of Alborz mountain. The Alborz mountains are made up of jewels. Later, Zal is found by the magical Shimok, a phoenix-like bird with red and golden feathers. She carries Zal to her nest and brings him up as her own child. Some years later, King Sam is haunted by a dream and realized how badly he had behaved to his son. King Sam feels remorse and set out his journey to the Alborz mountain in search of Zal, his son. He finds his son as a grown, handsome young man, well brought up by the bird. King Sam requests Zal to go with him to the palace, but Zal didn't want to leave Shimok. But Shimok insists him to go, and she gave him one of her feathers and tell him if he is ever in trouble, he must burn the feathers and she will come to his aid. Zal reached the palace. He had grown to a handsome man. He hears about Rudabe, daughter of Mehrab. Rudabe's descriptions are like this. She has lashes like raven's wings and her face lit like the moon. Zal falls in love with the descriptions of Rudabe, and Rudabe too hears equal praise of Zal and his mammoth strength. At last, they met each other. But Rudabe's friend teaches her about falling for a man with white hair and who is brought up in a bird's nest. Zal is equally worried because Rudabe is an ancestor of the evil serpent king Zahak. Because Zahak grows a serpent on each of his shoulders, which must be fed with human brains. Despite these obstacles, they vowed to meet. Rudabe offered to let her hair down like Rapunzel from her tower so that Zal can climb up and see her. Zal doesn't wish to hurt her, and so they use a rope instead. This is a subject of many of the paintings during that time. They promise each other their hearts and can love no other. All the families agree to their marriage, which overcomes the negative influence of the past. Their wedding lasts 30 days. Rudabe became pregnant. She is in great pain and she is unable to give birth. Zell remembers the Shimog's feather. He burns it and the Shimog appears. The bird orders and arranges the first cesarean birth, giving Rudabe healing herbs and stroking her with her feathers. Rudabe gives birth to a huge son, a lion cub. They named him as Rostam. Rostam is a miracle baby and has grown into a boy within 5 days and to the height and strength of a young man within weeks. As a child, he is the only one able to kill a white elephant that is ramping unstoppable within the palace. Rustam, because of his deeds, sent to the White Mountain to get rid of his rebels. He overcomes his rebel himself and is hailed as a champion. Rustam felt like he needed a companion, a horse. And so all the horses in the kingdom are paraded in front of him. He places his hand on each horse's back, and each horse buckle under his strength and their bellies touch the ground. Then he sees a young foal, brave as a lion, as tall as a camel, as strong as an elephant. No one knows whose the foal belonged to and no one could catch him. Rustam is the only one who could catch and saddle the foal. He says that the foal will be his war horse and calls the foal Raksh, which means lightning. Rustam and his Raksh has made many victorious stories. They have saved King Kaus from the demon. And after days of chasing and war, he was tired and the sun was setting too. He lay down to sleep and left Raksh to graze in nearby pasture. Raksh was eyed by the Turkish and wanted it as their own. They threw their ropes over the mighty horse, and it took them 7 nights to subdue him. When Rustam woke up, he was distraught by the fact that Raksh was nowhere to be found. He followed the footprints through the sand and reached a great city named Samangan. He was angry because he had lost his horse and complained to the king if not returned he would not spare anyone. The king agreed to help Rustam to find his Raksh and bring back. Meanwhile, he asked to feast with the king. Rustam agreed. He feasted with the king and shared many bottles of wine. He met Tahmina, daughter of king. She confesses her love for the great warrior and wished to marry him. Rustam too agreed to this. The king gave them blessings and they rejoiced. Tahmina became pregnant and she helped to find the Raksh. As soon as the Raksh was found, Rustam decides to start his journey again as a warrior. He gave Tahmina a bracelet, saying, if she gave birth to a daughter, fasten this bracelet in her hair. This will shield her from evil. If she gave birth to a son, then fasten this bracelet to his arm. He will be a warrior like his father. It will make him strong and brave like him. So he left Tahmina and left to live his life as a warrior. 9 months passed and Tahmina gave birth to a boy and named him as Sohrab. She fastened the jewel which Rustem gave at his arm. Its magic caused him to grow quickly. When he was 1 month old, he was child of 12. When he was 5, he had mastered all arts of war. When he was 10, none in the land could resist him in terms of his strength. He asked his mother about his birth. She told him about his father, who is a great warrior, who is none other than the mighty Rustem. She showed him letter from his father and the golden jewels he had sent upon Sohrab's birth. But she cautioned him not to speak of his lineage because if Rustem's enemies find out he is his son, they would kill him. Rustem decides to meet his father and assist him in the battle. Sohrab gathered many brave men, then they traveled to the land of his father. Sohrab's plan was to introduce to Rustem that he came and make him proud of his strength and powers in the battle, make him proud of his son, but without revealing it. Sohrab met Rustem outside the castle, and the two battled until the sun set below the horizon. With no waiters, Sohrab looked Rustem up and down and inquires to him if he is the great mighty warrior Rustem. Rustem, because of his shame and unable to defeat such a young boy, he lied that he is not Rustem, and Rustem could have killed him in a second. He is just a warrior only. They both tent at that night. In the night, Sohrab watched from his tent all the possession of the enemy, which was pretty luxurious. In the morning, they battled for hours. But Sohrab was nervous and uncertain. He doesn't want to fight with the warrior anymore, as he suspects him as his father. Rustem immediately mortally wounds Sohrab. As Sohrab dies, he describes how he has been looking for his father, the great mighty warrior Rustem, and shows Rustem the bracelet. Rustem realizes this is his own son, Sohrab. Sohrab dies and Rustem is overwhelmed with grief and burned his tent with all his possessions such as silk, jewels, gold, and luxury things in it. He watched them buried, for he was no longer the Rustem the hero. He was Rustem the broken, Rustem the torment, Rustem the defeated.